Well, YouTube. Looks like I was wrong about Arlecchino not being released. I'm not gonna lie, I really didn't expect Arlecchino to be drip marketed. I thought my theory about like the Harbingers releasing when Shejnaya was coming out was pretty solid, but I was wrong. And I'm not really mad that I was wrong because I feel like we're in a super dry time in Genshin right now. So Arlecchino coming next patch is huge. It is humongous. And she looks pretty damn interesting too. Here she is. We all knew she was gonna be Pyro. We don't know anything else about her really. I've had a quick skim through this, but it's very cool to see the Celestial Pillars behind. And just to see Arlecchino in drip marketing is kind of like a shock to the system. Now, as we can see here, the person that's actually introducing Arlecchino is Piero, or the Jester of the Fatui Harbingers, which is also incredibly interesting. Fate grants favor to no one. Only those who would fight it with every ounce of their being may earn the right to challenge it. That actually gives me a vibe of Descenders, like those who are willing to defy fate and try to change fate and have the power to change fate. So I'm very curious about Arlecchino here. The title is the Dire Bale Moon. I thought the title was Father, but I guess she's got more than one title. That she's got Arlecchino, the Father, the Knave, the Dire Bale Moon. There's a lot of different titles here. Head of the House of the Hearth, which we knew. The Vision is Pyro, which we also knew. I love Pyro characters. I was a Dilute main for a very long time until Nuvalet came and turned me to the Hydro side. And the constellation is Ignis Purgatorius. Ignis means fire or flame, and Purgatorius, I'm pretty sure, is like cleansing, like purging, but in a good sense. So like the cleansing flame, I don't really know what that means, but I guess we'll find out more when the character's released, and hopefully we get a story quest. I see a lot of people are very excited. Father's home. Do I call her daddy or mommy? Both work, honestly. I want to give this a read out because I haven't read this, so just bear with me for 2 seconds. You can feel free to skip forward if you're not interested in this, but I definitely am, so let's have a look. To this day, Arlecchino still recalls that night when she was first appointed as a Harbinger. Up the stairs and down the long gallery, with naught to see through the windows but a world of ice and snow without end. The biting wind wailed loudly, now as mirthful laughter, now as somber farewell. With the start, Arlecchino came to, the hallucinations of her memory mingling with the sound of real-life conversations that surrounded her. The hearthfire burned with vigor, its gentle warmth pervading the room, and its red light glowed on the children's faces, lighting up their innocent, unaffected smiles. If some uninformed passerby were to stumble in at this precise moment, they would surely mistake the scene before them for that of an ordinary happy family. But just as Arlecchino raised her steaming cup to take a sip of scalding hot black tea, the clock began to chime. And within an instant, the laughter and cheer that filled the room were banished. The flames flickered so that for a moment the light faltered. The faces of all present cast in somber expression. Placing a cup back down, Arlecchino stood up in a calm, measured tone, calling out several names. Chaplo, you're with Linny. Retrieve the required intelligence. Fultz, you and Filial are on guard duty. Stay back and tend to the hearth. Yes, father. Without a reluctant syllable nor a hint of hesitation, they answered as one. Not long after, the fire had dwindled and the house fallen utterly silent, with nothing to be seen but a single shaft of infiltrating moonlight, peeking through a gap in the curtains upon a cup of gradually cooling tea. My God. Listen, this is going to be a very quick video just to basically tell you guys that I'm fully aware that now Arlecchino is coming. I'm very excited for her. I have no idea what weapon type she could possibly be. She got the cool claw looking things, so maybe Catalyst, but I doubt it. I could really see her being maybe sword user or polearm. I couldn't really see bow, and I kind of hope it's not bow. And I mean, I could kind of see Claymore in the same kind of style that Eula's Claymore, but I don't really know what I'd want her to be either. I'm kind of open to Arlecchino being plenty of different choices. Curious what her kit's gonna revolve around, if she's gonna, if we're gonna get more information on like Arlecchino and the cursed thing that looks like the Hilichurl stuff. Maybe she gets like a transformation, but I already know that she's a badass character. I hope we get more Fatui Harbinger lore, and I hope to God her kit is good, and I hope she's a good character, and I hope we get endgame so that we can actually enjoy the character in said content. But that's a topic for another time. Let me know down in the comments. Did you expect Arlecchino to be drip marketed? Are you going to be pulling? Have you been saving? I have no idea. I have not been saving, but I will be pulling. Whether or not I'm going to pull for constellations totally depends on what the character looks like in combat and the style and everything else. We're never going to get my dream characters here. We're not going to get Hydro Claymore. We're not going to get a Scythe user. Those are the two things that I've always wanted in Genshin, but Hydro Claymore's nowhere to be found. We know she's not Hydro, and Scythe isn't even a goddamn weapon type. So we're going to work with what we get. Arlecchino's already phenomenal. phenomenal. Really hoping we get some more exciting lore about the Harbingers, especially the Jester, Piero, and Arlecchino. And I wonder if people get Arlecchino before they do like Wanderer's questline and stuff when it was Scaramouche, will Arlecchino have voice lines about Scaramouche? Maybe a topic for another time, but that's an interesting thought indeed. But thank you for watching. Hopefully y'all are excited for Arlecchino. Catch y'all in the next video.